Now that the Buffalo Bills have their 90-man roster and OTAs have officially started, we're getting ready for camp. How are we going to get this down to 53? We're going to go position by position and figure that out. Welcome to Believe Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to another episode where we break down the 90-man roster and turn it into a 53-man roster. That's right, I'm going to break down each position, give you my prediction of who's going to make the 53-man roster and who might get cut. Along the way, we'll have some surprises, of course. So if you disagree with me, of course, you can always leave a comment in the comment section. Before we do that, however, I want to remind everyone, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, guys, the season is just around the corner. We're getting close, and if you want to keep up to date on all Buffalo Bills news, you want to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the quarterback position, because that is where we are going to get started. Who from the three current quarterbacks that we have, who out of the three is going to make that 90-man roster? Now, I still wouldn't be surprised, even though, or a 53-man roster. Now, I still wouldn't be surprised, even though we're at 90 now, if we cut a player and pick up a fourth quarterback prior to preseason starting. However, I think that that would just be a filler for now. I don't think that would be a guy who has potential to make the 53-man roster. You're already talking about three guys that all could potentially make the 53-man roster. Now, if you remember in 2018, I'm going to use a lot of the 2018 model as far as who might make the roster, who won't. At the beginning of the 2018 season, we only had two quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. You're talking Nathan Peterman, and of course, you're talking Josh Allen. We all know what happened when Nathan Peterman kind of bombed every time he was asked to perform. Josh Allen, of course, we know his story now with the team. Now, we ended the season with three quarterbacks. However, if you remember, Derek Anderson, after Matt Barkley and Josh Allen were both healthy, Derek Anderson was always a healthy scratch from the 53-man roster. So we basically always kept two guys on that 53-man roster. So that is what I'm looking at here. Of course, if you look at the current quarterback depth chart, you're talking about Josh Allen, you're talking about Matt Barkley, and of course, you're talking about University of Buffalo stud Tyree Jackson as our third quarterback. Of course, there's been a lot of debate as to if Tyree Jackson will make the 53-man roster. Let's try to figure that out. So, a lot of people are saying, hey, why can't we just put Tyree Jackson on the practice squad? Well, here's the problem with that. It's not that simple, right? So we have a current 90-man roster. We need to get down to 53 players by August 31st at 4 p.m., okay? August 31st, 2019, that's the deadline to get from 90 to 53. Now, of course, at any time, you can shuttle players back and forth. Again, I do expect Buffalo Bills at some point to release somebody from this list and add a fourth quarterback for those preseason games. However, right now, you're just talking about the three quarterbacks, so let's just break those three down. Of course, you're talking about Josh Allen, our starting quarterback, the guy that we hope is the future for the Buffalo Bills. They have Matt Barkley. Matt Barkley only played one game for the Buffalo Bills against the Jets last season. We won that game 41-10, but is one game enough? Is one game enough to say, yes, this is our guy as our backup quarterback of the future? And then, like I said, we have Tyree Jackson, who we got as an undrafted free agent. Surprised he was still on the board to be an undrafted free agent, but we picked him up the moment we could, basically. I think it was even the same day as the draft. The day the draft ended, you heard rumors, or you at least heard that the Buffalo Bills were picking up Tyree Jackson. So, always good to see a University of Buffalo kid in Buffalo with the Buffalo Bills. We actually have two of them this year with Cam Lewis. We'll get to him then when we do the linebacker video, but we want to talk mainly about Tyree Jackson. Is there a possibility that Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, and the Buffalo Bills keep three quarterbacks on their team? So I want to talk about the practice squad for a little bit, because I know a lot of you are saying, hey, let's put him on the practice squad. Let's put him on the practice squad. It is not that easy, okay? So once we release, let's say we release Tyree Jackson, right? We release him on August 31st. Well, then any team has a chance to pick him up from waivers. Now, if we drop him by August 31st at 4 p.m., they have till noon the next day, so September 1st, they have to noon the next day to pick him up from waivers. Now, the thing is, if you pick up Tyree Jackson, or if you pick up any one of the players that are dropped on August 31st, you have to put them on your 53-man roster if you're going to pick them up from waivers. So that's kind of the caveat there as to what needs to happen for a team to pick someone up off of waivers. They can't just pick them up off waivers just to hold it against another team, you know. So we would have to put Tyree Jackson, we have to cut him, and then hope that no one picks him up. Because again, a lot of people are saying he's a project. Hey, he has a year or two left, and he might. But is that a risk you're willing to take? I think that camp and preseason are going to go a long way determining if we're going to put Tyree Jackson on our roster, if we are not. Now, another interesting thought, and I'm just going to throw this out there. You guys let me know in the comment section below if you think this thought has any merit at all, or if you think I'm just blank crazy, which both are possible. But what if Tyree Jackson impresses the world, right? What if Tyree Jackson shows his arm, shows his athleticism, has some accuracy? Remember, he completed 57, 58% of his passes in Buffalo, so he's a little more accurate than Josh Allen was, at least in college. What if he does all that and Matt Barkley struggles, right? Matt Barkley shows some signs of struggling, shows why he's been Matt Barkley. Is it possible? Is it possible that the Buffalo Bills keep Josh Allen and Tyree Jackson, and Matt Barkley is the one who gets cut? Or do we keep all three? Those are the possibilities out here. I do believe that Tyree Jackson surpassing Matt Barkley is a possibility. Not a strong possibility. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. In fact, what I think is going to happen, I think we are going to keep Josh Allen. I think we are going to keep Matt Barkley. I think we're going to drop Tyree Jackson, but I do think he'll pass the waiver process, and I do think we'll be able to add him on our practice squad. Again, if he impresses us in training camp, if he impresses in the regular season, you got to consider that. But we're talking about a Bills team, a 53-man roster, that's already going to be tough to break it down. And last year, for the most part, we had only 2 guys on our 53-man roster at the quarterback position. Now, another interesting thing to hold on to think about, if you are a third-string quarterback, if you're listed on the depth chart as a third-string quarterback, it does not hurt your practice squad eligibility. So the way the practice squad works, if you don't know, you have 3 years of practice squad eligibility, okay? And you have every team has 10 practice squad players that they can get, except for the AFC East this year have 11. All 4 AFC East teams have 11 due to the international policy, which let us sign that rugby player at running back, which we'll talk about in the running back episode. So again, you wanted that subscribe button just so we can talk about that a little bit more. But so that's how it's going to work with the practice squad. I do think that Tyree Jackson could be a practice squad player for the Buffalo Bills. I think he would make it. But again, what if he surprises us all? What if he comes out and shows that he belongs on the team? Maybe we do bring the third quarterback and put him as a third-string quarterback because we know it does not hurt his eligibility at all as a practice squad player. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Out of these 3 quarterbacks, we're talking Josh Allen, Matt Barkley, Tyree Jackson, those 3 quarterbacks, who is going to make the 53-man roster? Again, I think we're only going to have 2, just like the model in 2018. I think we're going to carry that over to 2019. I think we're going to have Josh Allen. I think we're going to have Matt Barkley. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyree Jackson end up on the practice squad. I think we cut him. He makes it through waivers. And then we add him to our practice squad to give us that third quarterback just in case last year comes back and strikes again, where you have Josh Allen and Matt Barkley going down. Who's going to be there? We won't have Derek Anderson this time. We need someone to fill those shoes. Maybe it could be Tyree Jackson. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you think we're keeping 2, if you think we're keeping all 3, or if you think Tyree Jackson might have a chance to surpass Matt Barkley. Might sound crazy right now, but might not look as crazy in about 3-4 months. So we'll see what happens. Again, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let me know what you think. I'll talk to you all soon. We're going to do the running backs next, and we know that that room's a little crowded, so we'll join me for that one. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills. Now, for those of you who have been watching these videos, you know that I am an Amazon affiliate. In the description below, not only will you find my Twitter page, not only will you find a description of this video, but you will also find a link to my Amazon affiliate page, currently linked to some Buffalo Bills merchandise. So if you're getting ready for the 2019 season and you want a little more Buffalo Bills merchandise, look down there. Or if you're shopping Amazon for anything else, start with the link below. Helps the channel out. I appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Till I do, go Bills.